Welcome to the next map changes, everybody. I'm your host, Prodigies. Let's just get straight to it. So, to start off, the stereo has moved over here, underneath the mighty monument of the veteran. Nothing too exciting, it's just moving around, as you could tell by previous map changes. Going over to Shattered City, the hot dog place is now completely open now. It is up and running. Business is booming so far. They also started putting posters everywhere to advertise for their restaurant. As you can see, they are scattered like everywhere. Around here too. And another thing, if you look over here, they actually put the Pizza Pit poster in the sign in the by like a garbage can and placed it with theirs. So this is marking basically the beginning of something that's going to be happening in the future. Maybe a food fight, if you would say. Just a little hint for that. Now if you come on over here, building the development of this area is continuing. This is going to be like a showroom for cars by the Dodgy brothers, as you can see. And another thing, if you come over here, you notice that there's a new disco sign. This is advertising another thing that's going to be built sometime soon. So that's that over there. As you can see, there's a new flatbed truck coming over here. Probably most likely going to be picking up stuff from over here. If you come over to the police headquarters, as you can see, they actually finally changed their name. Instead of Police Industries, it's now PD headquarters, because they just decided to change their name because they didn't want to sound like an industry, because they're literally just a police department. So that's what they did, they just changed the name to PD headquarters, because it also makes more sense that way. If you come on over here, the bears have come back. As you can see, they are only 5 now. Some of them actually died, or canonically died. So now there are only 5 bears left of the grizzly group. And then another thing is that their whole ship like basically washed ashore, and they started taking their stuff out. You may notice the neurotoxin. If you remember from the Gnome season, aka season 8, you may remember this infamous neurotoxin. The Grizzly group actually stole one of the vials of the neurotoxin from the Gnomes, and they didn't know. So now they have possession of a very deadly chemical. As you can see, there's just a bunch of I don't know what you call these, but I'll just call them spikes. Like, you guys can correct me in the comment section. I really don't care right now, because I don't really know. Anyway, these things have also appeared on the shore. And continuing with the whole thing that's going on over here, they put the fire out that was started by the car. So now that disaster is put out. Obviously it's still there. The guy's dead who jumped off the hill. So yeah. And another thing, if you come over here, continuing the little gnome storyline, as you can see, there's a weapons deal going on here. And then another thing over here, Cone Crumpet, aka the Traffic Cone Gnome, the infamous Cone Gnome, is putting a car in a trailer. You know, the car that was sitting over here. Question is why? You shall find out in the next another map change. Not the next map change, another map change. And if you come over here, some gnomes actually hijacked a mail truck and changed the name of it to GG Mail. And if you're following along with the story, GG means Gnomus Group. So basically they just stole a snail mail truck and then hide the fact that it was a snail mail truck. So as you can see, they produced a bunch of bombshells, or mortar shells, whatever you want to call them. As you can see, they're talking. The two red gnomes are the ones that came to pick this stuff up. And then, the original trio of gnomes you all know and love are also giving them the boxes. Basically, a whole weapons deal is going on. So they got this big blue crate of supplies, and then also they have some very powerful weapons now. As you can see, they got the homing launchers and a very highly dangerous explosive from doing the whole deal with the mortar shells. So yeah, kinda illegal stuff happening here. But yeah, that's the story that's going on here. And if you come on over to Crackshot's cabin, as you can see, they got rid of their burner because they don't need it anymore since the winter is basically almost over. And as you can see, they also took down the Christmas tree decorations, although it's still here for decoration. They also had to replace their fireplace since it started falling apart. That's not actually true. Epic Games just decided to remove the prop, so I had to replace it somehow. But story speaking, that's what happened. Let's see. Coming over to Hidden Hills, you can see that they're still continuing to unbox stuff and then, you know, put them down here. As you can see, it's everything that happened over here. Not really much of anything happened here. If you come on over to Wailing Woods, they finally added their official park sign. Although it may say Weeping Woods, because, you know, there is no really good-looking Wailing Woods ones, so this is what I did for that. I'm gonna figure out a way to, like, change it to say Wailing Woods, so you know it's more accurate to the actual location. And I think that's it. Actually, no, one more thing. If you come on over here to the graveyard site, the police car, and Rifto Hills, you'll now notice there's a new gravestone, Rifto Island. Now you're probably asking what Rifto Islands is. Well, I made a video a while ago covering a alternate story map that I've made, which is actually canon, kind of. Basically, Rifto Islands was created by it was like an alternate, like, Rifto Hills that was created by a 0-point explosion. And that's why it existed. But it was abandoned since then, and no one lives there anymore. So I wouldn't say it's dead, but no one lives there, so it's abandoned. And it's basically dead if there's no one there. So yeah, very sad. I'll actually make another better video on that island, because I know the last one I made was terrible, and I haven't made it better since then, so I'm gonna make it better. Anyway, I think that might actually be it. Oh, I know. Over here, you can see another piece of futuristic equipment has appeared where Logjam once was. And now Twin Apartments, the remastered Twin Apartments is now gone. And you could probably only assume that this building is going to be next to disappear. Which you'd be correct if you thought that. Anyway, now I think that is it. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of Map Change. Sorry it took so long. I was kind of focusing on real life stuff, like school. Sorry. Yeah, school's a bitch sometimes. Anyways, I shall see you in the next map change, or the next video I make. See you all soon. Goodbye.